Hello and welcome to SF1 GP3 in Japan. This is going to be the Dark Mark 21 leading you through this event tonight. It's been a long time since I've done a solo stream, so you have to bear with me a little bit. I'm hoping the sound quality is okay on stream. Right, let's get a few things up so I can see who's where. First car on track was Danberg, I believe. So looking a bit overcast tonight so far in qualifying. Give you a bit of a run through with who's here tonight. So obviously we've got Lord Bumbledore and SF1 Danberg, the two Williams drivers. Then we've got Gamerman, Phil, Nutmeg Tukas, Your Robbie, Robert 22, Kenarito, Johnny Sherbert, Cardinal, Kimmy, Solex, EIR Sweat Palm, the Gunners, who has retired, Alawia Face, or All Over Your Face, or whatever he wants to be called, Raffle, and SF1 Goomba. As we just follow Danberg round to start his first flying lap. Obviously, short qualifying is what we run here at SF1, so gets it all over and done and dusted. People aren't sitting there waiting for ages, waiting for qualifying to be over. That means you'll get an early night. Woo! So Danberg's going around the S section. You catch quite a few people out this section. Can you give me a better view or not? It's better. Follow Danberg around with the first lap. Noticing obviously he is actually running on the soft tyre. Obviously everyone gets free choice in qualifying. If they're in the top 10, that's the tyre they start on. Danberg getting the back end out there. Just coming up to the spoon curve. Again, very easy to run wide like he's just done there, but he's got away with it by the looks of it. And now he's in the gravel trap, so manages to carry on. So the next one I believe is Phil, so we'll follow Phil for the rest of his lap. So looking very overcast, not sure if it's going to rain. I haven't had a weather update obviously, so it'll be a surprise for us all. And Phil, where's Robert? Oh, I am sorry. 1:31.0 is the benchmark from Robert 22 in the Mercedes. Where are we now? We've got Raffle, I believe. So 1:31.0 is the benchmark from Robert. Can Raffle put any dent into that at all? He goes top at a 1:28.2. Not sure what the cut-off point is for the top 10 here, but that seems like to be quite a good lap compared to everyone else. Kenarito putting it in on second. And we got one of the only Ferrari of SF1 Goomba. Just navigating the last chicane. This isn't going to be a competitive lap, so we're not going to follow him. Robbie. Not sure if Goomba's on a lap, but he may need to get out of Your Robbie's way here. That's it, well done. I think Robbie has actually given up on this lap now, so where are we? So we've got both the Alphas first and second at the moment. Raffle and Phil, very close times, about 3/10 apart. Very well represented there, the two Alfa Romeo drivers. Mr. Kyle Rhodes, we're very happy with that so far. Obviously Cardinal now following around in third place on a 1:28.6. Not sure where we're going at the moment and who's on a lap and who's not. Right, you're Robbie. No. Kimi, maybe? No, he's invalidated. Most others. Robert. Looks like Robert is pushing. Sweat palm out on an out lap. I believe Robert might be the next one to set a time, unless he is coming in, but does look like he is pushing it a bit. Still, the 1:28.2 by Raffle is the benchmark. I believe that was Johnny Sherbert. I'm not sure who it was, just jumped up. I missed that one. Goomba posting at a 1:34.4, but as I say, I think he's running a bit of a practice session for himself. Robert navigating the last chicane. Can he get closer to Raffle? No, he's going to come in the pits. Next one on track, I believe, is it's actually setting a time. Your Robbie, I believe, he's going round again, and he's on the medium tyre, obviously, compared to Raffle's softs. Let's see what they've set their best times on, so we know. So Robbie navigates Spoon Curve, now down the last little straight before the final chicane. Navigates around a bit more, wasn't sure if that was wide or lag, but we'll carry on. And Robbie posts a 1:28.5, so that's very competitive considering he is on the mediums. Very right up there with Phil. In fact, that is like 5 thousandths slower than Phil. That's very close. Sweat Palm puts it on the 1:29.1 on the soft. And Robbie leaves the session. It's not ideal. We've got both the Williams boys out again on their out laps. Sweat Palm going around the S section there. I think this might be an in lap from himself though, because he's over a tenth slower. Never know, could prove me wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. So for Josh. Just joined, but obviously a little late, so not sure if he'll be able to participate in qualifying. Not sure, he may be able to. I know the games sometimes let you, I don't know. So yeah, we've got Sweat Palm. I believe ESA is on an in lap, so Robbie's joined, that's good. Yeah, so I was right, Sweat Palm's coming in. Goomba surely is coming in now. Nice, lovely red map for an invalidated lap there. Mercedes. Robert starting his lap now. The Williams boys just behind him. So we'll just follow Bumbledore. What can he set? Goes top on the mediums with a 1:27.8. Very good time compared to Raffle on the softs. And then you've got Danberg, 1:28.6. And we'll shoot back to Robert. See what his sector times are looking at. He is actually down on his up on his time, so he could be a bit more of a competitive lap by the Mercedes driver here. Just coming up to the hairpin. Let's try not to lose that back end. Let's do a bit of an onboard with him, shall we? Coming up to the spoon curve. I always like to keep it quite tight on the right hand side there. That's it. That's it. Try not to run too wide. Don't get the back end out here. Perfect. And the fast left. In this final chicane. I don't know the corner names, so don't shoot me. And it comes up to the line. Can he better his time? He does slightly, goes up one place to 10th, 1:29.2 on the mediums. We'll go back to, I believe, the Williams. Yes, it. So Bumbledore comes in, Will Danberg follow him in. A couple of cars coming out on that lap now, plus a couple of cars on a time lap as well. So we just jump to Kimi, as he hasn't had much screen time. Will Robbie's joined again. That's good. Didn't realise he'd left again, but he's joined again. So Kimi's following. Looks like he's got, might have maybe a slight distant tow from Robert. No, a bit too far behind. Robert is, I believe it's Robert. There is two Mercedes. I know Cypher Josh did get to come in, so it might be Cypher Josh actually. Starting his time now. Kimi's coming in the pits. He likes the position he's in at the moment. We do have Goomba back out now, but on the mediums, so he's actually going for it this time, or on his next lap. Johnny Sherbert, was that a corner cut? I believe it may have been. No, it wasn't. If it wasn't, it was very tight. No, it definitely was. Yeah, the map's red. So who's in front of him? I believe that's Phil, but on an outlap. So we jump to Goomba, as he's the only one actually on a time lap, just navigating that S section. Goomba obviously only being the sole Ferrari tonight, as Grimdog couldn't make it due to work commitments this week. Hopefully we'll have Grimdog back on the grid for next week. A bit wide there by Goomba. Be nice to see Goomba sort of start in the top 10 for once, but he's only got himself to blame if he doesn't do it. He knows he's capable of doing it. We have got Phil on a lap as well now, and Sweat Palm as well, so we'll jump to Sweat Palm once Goomba goes over the line. Sweat Palm trying to better his 9th position currently. Let's see if Goomba can set a bit more of a competitive lap, just coming up to the final chicane. On those mediums, he wants to be looking sort of around the 1:29s really. He's not going to do it. 1 minute 30.3. Just a tad slower than Kimi on the softs. So we jump to Sweat Palm. Thank you to those 8 viewers that have joined us so far. Sweat Palm just navigating that last chicane. Can he get better his time on the mediums? He goes up to 3rd. Excellent. 1:28.3. That's very close to Raffle, who I believe Phil just come up to the last chicane. Maybe giving Raffle a little bit of a tow for the start of his lap, maybe. Phil, 1:27.9, so he does better his time. Goes up to 2nd. Pulls well out the way of his teammate, who flies past to start his final lap. Let's try and keep track of all this now. Time for Josh on the in lap. Canarito. He's just started a lap. Who's in front of Canarito? I believe Raffle is in front, so we'll give Raffle a bit of screen time as he runs wide. And just keeps that out the wall. He needs to stay out the way here. Oh, that was close. Not sure if he upset Canarito's flow there at all, but we'll continue. He's still up on his time. He is now running the soft tyre as opposed to the medium tyre, so he should be looking really to improve his time here. Try and get up with the other soft runners. Goomba retires from session. He's sticking with his time. Gets free choice of tyre, of course. Just coming up to the last few corners for Canarito. Now that throttle, see what you can do. And he manages at third place, 128.1. It's quite representative, that's good. Good by that Red Bull driver. Is it Johnny Sherbert? No, I think it's the other one, Solex. 129.4. Good enough for 12th as it stands. Got Cardinal coming round. He's probably on an in lap or maybe an out lap, not too sure. Let's have a look at the fitted tyres now, shall we? So quite a few people are actually out on the softs now. Cardinal, I think, starting his lap now. Got one of the Williams coming round. Who's that? Danberg. Can he improve? Does. 1 in 28, 3.90. Enough to put him 6th. Gets over the line just before the checkered flag, so he may have time. As your Robbie takes provisional pole with 127.7. About a tenth, just under a tenth faster than Bumbledore. Robert coming over the line there to finish his session. Johnny Sherbert's just finished his session. 9th place so far for Johnny Sherbert. Looks like one of the Red Bulls of Canarito. Can he better his time? He stays where he is with the 128.1. Raffle is going faster, so we'll stay on Raffle for the last few corners here. And he just jumps above Canarito there, 128.1. That's quite good from Raffle there. So Danberg. No, not Danberg. Don't like Danberg. Let's go to Cardinal. Cardinal slightly down on his time, so he's really trying to make up that difference. He needs to be a bit higher up the grid here because he could be lowest he can be is 10th, so he'll still have to start on his tyres he qualified on. Will he pull into the... Yeah, he will pull into the pits. So we'll jump back onto Danberg, who is going slow. So I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that is your qualifying. As we see wings flying across the Armco barrier there. The wing of Danberg, actually. Gotta love the AI that drive into the other cars. It wasn't Danberg, it was one of the cars in front. Got quite lucky really there, because I've seen it take wheels off and people have to retire and end up starting last. But don't think so much have that problem with the short qualifying. So yeah, so there's your qualifying. So on pole for tonight's Japanese Grand Prix will be your Robbie. Second, Lord Bumbledore. Third in the Alfa Romeo will be Phil on the second row with his teammate Raffle. Look to for those two to do a bit of team tactics and try and get up the front. We know they will. They're quite good at doing that. Canarito. Then we've got EIR Sweat Palm in 6th. Danberg in 7th. Robert 22 in 8th. Johnny Sherbert in 9th. SF1 Cardinal in the Renault in 10th. And obviously those ones will have to start on the tyres they set their time on. Then you've got Cypher Josh, Solex, Kimmy, Goomba, Gamerman, Nutmeg Tukas, Gunners and All Over Your Face starting in 18th and last. But it's obviously last but not least. We know he's got the pace. He'll have free choice of tyres and he will make his way through the grid best he can. So that is the end of your qualifying. I'm going to take a 5-minute break along with these lads, and I'll be back with you very soon. Thank you. Right, so the countdown begins. 10 seconds to go, and these boys will be off on their formation lap. Open my little drink just to moisten the throat a bit. My throat's already a bit dry. So they all move off the grid nicely, that's good to see. Right. So what looks like we have some nice weather for the Japanese Grand Prix. Lucky, lucky boys. See if GP2 and GP1 are so lucky with the weather, being Japan after all. So yeah, this is the first solo stream I've done in a very, very long time. I used to do this way back when, back on F1 2017, when no one else wanted to sit there and stream. And then I got speaking to this certain man, Mr. Who everyone knows as Mr. SF1 Rhodes, managed to persuade him to do a little bit, and look where he is today, the master streamer that he is. You have yours truly to thank for that, Rhodes. So yeah, we're following them round the spoon curve on their formation lap. Hopefully we don't have any disconnections and we can get straight on with this. And we do have a car lagging into the wall there. I believe that might have been Bumbledore. How far back is everyone? I think they're all keeping quite close, which is good. People won't be held on the grid too long. Suzuka is back on the grid along with Gunners. Not something must have happened between them two, so they'll be starting on lovely cold tyres for the start of the Japanese Grand Prix. So be wary of them going off the line. So as we line up now, Robbie in pole, Bumbledore in second, Phil in the third place position there. Lap markers just to line up on their start line. Quick swig of drink before we start. And we are 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and are we going to go? Yes, no. Someone went, no. No. Right, we're on tenterhooks here now, come on. No. And we are away, finally. In a big puff of white smoke. Oh, one of the Alfa Romeos of Phil going into first place in the first corner. Did everyone get away nicely? That's a good start there by Phil though up front. Looks like everyone got away fairly unscathed. The 2 Alpha Tauris rounding up the grid. Phil, look at that gap already. He's already got a second gap. Let's have a look. Detail on tyres. And there we are. Soft tyres prevail at the start of this race. Back. Raffle didn't have the best of starts. He's actually been swallowed up and he's down in 7th from 4th. Bit of a slow getaway there for Raffle then. Danberg. Danberg's challenging the Red Bull in front of him of Kennerito. So he's now alongside Kennerito's gone on board. He doesn't want to risk it up the inside of 130R. I believe that's 130R. As I say, I don't really know the corners very well, so if I'm wrong, oh well. So Phil at the end of the first lap has opened a 1.1 second gap to Lord Bumbledore behind him, but as I say, Bumbledore is on those mediums tyres, so he will be going longer into this race before his first stop. Kimi overtakes down the bottom here. In fact, we've got a pitter already, Cypher Josh in the pits already, and he is putting on another set of medium tyres. I've just noticed as well, Goomba and the McLaren of All-OEFACE has started on the hard tyres, so they'll be going even deeper into this race. Not sure where Goomba would have got that idea from. Anyway, moving on. Sweat Palm makes a move, and we have one running wide there of Danberg. I think it was the Williams just run off the track into the gravel there. He's still right up the gearbox of Robert, so he'll be looking to get those places back as soon as possible. Just keep an eye on Sweat Palm as well. I say he's on the medium tyres, same as Bumbledore, and he's managed to make us about to 5th. So we've got Cardinal and Johnny Sherbert as well. Keep an eye on this battle for a little while, because Sherbert is right up behind Danberg as well. Everyone's being a bit sort of tentative into that fast left-hander, aren't they? Too early to make those risks. It's a long race. Will Cardinal have a look into the first corner? I believe DRS has been enabled this lap. Cardinal's having a look, and he backs off. So, going back to the top, we've got Bumbledore has closed the gap. He's almost halved the gap to Phil now. Are those softs going off already? Has Phil made a mistake? Obviously I haven't seen that, so let's hope it's just a mistake and not the tyres going off already, because that could be really early to have to pit. Bumbledore goes, well, I was going to say goes really deep there, but all of a sudden he was back on the racing line. Stick with this battle for a little bit. I am keeping an eye on Danberg and Robert as well, and Johnny Sherbert. Their delta's quite close. Solex takes Nutmeg. All-OEFACE closing up to Kimi as well on those hard tyres. Stick with Bumbledore. That's a lovely view. Thank you, Codemasters. Not. Bumbledore, this could be a really good opportunity for him to take the lead of the race. I believe he may have DRS assistance. As he gets the back end out there, he's not going to get the run that he thought. He's got the DRS though, he will close back up. It's not as long of a run down to the first corner, this track, as people think it might be, so it's... Yeah, he sticks behind Phil. Right, let's go back. What else we got? So we've got Danberg and Robert. And also Nutmeg and Solex are still going at it as well. Solex runs a bit wide into that second corner. So Nutmeg's going to be right in his gearbox going around the S's. Sometimes obviously the dirty air can affect it quite badly. Don't want to be taking too much of those curbs, Nutmeg. Let's drop back a bit. Let's jump down to the McLaren. So as I say, he's on those hard tyres, so he won't need to force the issue straight away. As long as he keeps a decent pace and doesn't lose too much time behind these cars in front of him, he could find himself up there towards the end. We'll go back to the battle of the Alpha Tauris here. Obviously Gunners and Gamerman, as Gunners lets Gamerman past him. Not a very good battle there, boys. I wanted a battle. Yep, so Gunners has let Gamerman past him, so Gamerman can now shoot off up the road towards Cypher Josh. problems with those S's there, but he carries on. So we'll jump back up to Johnny Sherbert, Danberg, Robert. As Danberg's alongside Robert, Danberg goes round the outside into this final chicane. That's a good move by Danberg there. But will Robert get the run back on him into turn 1? Bearing in mind we have got Johnny Sherbert behind. He gets the DRS assistance. He's surely going to make a move here. Flies past Danberg there and back up into 7th place. Could be a nice little battle with this lot. There's green flags. And Bumbledore, sorry, I have missed it. Bumbledore has taken the lead now as well. He must have done it on the DRS into this lap. Phil is dropping back. Are the soft tyres going off already? I've got to go back to Johnny Sherbert and Danberg. They're not going to give me a break, are they? I know how you feel now, Kyle. Going into the hairpin. He's a bit back from Danberg, but he has got Cardinal for company. Got Robert, Danberg, Sherbert and Cardinal all in a group of 4. Looks like it could be quite a good battle. Got all over your face. Still is behind Kimi. 3/10. He might make the move at the beginning of the next lap. Johnny Sherbert's dropped back a little bit from Danberg. Danberg was up Robert. We have got Cardinal as well, obviously. He's with Sherbert. Who's going to make the move first? I'm probably going to miss it. Let's go up to Danberg because he's going to have the DRS on Robert now going over the line. Get into that slipstream. DRS open. Is Robert going to burn some of his battery to keep him behind him? I think he is. He's managed to do that. We jump back to Cardinals still behind Sherbert. I think the deltas are lying to me slightly because Kimi looks a bit more than 3/10 in front of the McLaren there. Oh, Tukas. Ghosting was on there, that's fine. Goomba coming round. Goomba's still a little bit far back from Tukas. Jump back up again to Cardinal, Sherbert, Gunners. Just want to try and get out of the way there, mate. Unlucky there for Gunners, he was trying. And the first penalty goes to Kenarito. I haven't got them coming up at the bottom of my screen. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for Kenarito. Sweat Palm is closing up to him. I do believe these soft tyre runners are going to start struggling now. Phil has dropped to 2.5 seconds behind Bumbledore now. So the softs must be going off. There goes Kenarito to get off the softs, as I suspected. So everyone will move up a few places here, but just keep an eye on the medium and hard runners here because they're going to go a lot deeper into this race. As you go Cardinal, is he going to make that move on Johnny Sherbert? He's on the outside going into turn 1. Is there going to be contact? No, Cardinal backs out. Is he going to get the switch back up the inside though? Coming into this to the S's? No, he backs out again as Solex has also now picked up a penalty and it's not come up on the bottom of my screen. That's annoying. Cardinal still up behind Sherbert. Can't take my eyes off this battle at the moment. Oh, what we got here? Danberg has lost it at the top of the S section. Must be those soft tyres. They're going off. He's got to be careful here though. Oh, that was close. Luckily he come out of Ghost at the right time there. Tukas has now closed up to Danberg. Kenarito actually came out on the hards in front of Goomba. Sweat Palm, no. Let's try and get Sweat Palm back in the lobby. So he's going to lose a few places here. I do believe the softs must be starting to come in soon. Let's see if Phil dives in. He's lost so much time to Bumbledore now. No, he's stayed out. And we have virtual safety car. There's Gamer Man, I didn't see that. Gamer Man's DNF'd. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's died just after the first corner coming into the S's. Looks like he might have got a bit too much exit curb on that first left turn, and he's just gone wide. He's just slid off into the wall by the looks of it. So we're under virtual safety car. It's a bit of a let off for the people who need to pit off the softs. They're going to get a little bit of a free pit stop here, with everyone having to stick to that delta. So Danberg, yeah, he's down in 15th. Will he beat Cypher? No, Cypher Josh is coming in as well to get off those mediums. Gunners is still plugging away, coming into the S section. He's got Goomba behind him. He just needs to let him pass. That's it. Well done, Gunners. Back into racing conditions. So Phil actually somehow made a bit of time up here on Bumbledore, but we'll go back again to Robert. Cardinal. Solex is now behind Cardinal. As obviously we've seen, Johnny Sherbert has pitted. He's now on the hard tyres as well. So is Kenarito. So Kenarito's the highest man on those new fresh hards. I would guess probably taking them to the end from here. So if he can keep decent pace, he could be up there towards the end again. So we've got Cardinal and Robert. Is Robert going to... No, Robert carries on. Is Cardinal going to get the good DRS run into turn 1? We'll follow this one here. You need to send it, Cardinal. If you can get close enough, he's closing. He's not going to quite get there, is he? No. Again, no. He can't make that switch back into turn 2. He's going to have to sit behind Robert in that dirty air on the S section again. As Raffle has pitted now off those soft tyres, so he's dropped down to 12th. Kenarito makes it up to 10th. Follow Cardinal and Robert. Sweat Palm's joined back. That's good. He hasn't dropped too many places. Tukas is closing up to Kenarito here fairly quickly. See, Kenarito stuck behind Kimi. That's why he needs to get past him at the earliest opportunity, or earliest and most sensible opportunity, shall we say. Not the easiest track to overtake, this one. I mean, you've got that short run into turn 1 down the straight with the DRS assistance. But it's not a great deal apart from that, really, unless you send it up the inside of one of the corners like the hairpin. But Robbie has... Yeah, Phil has pitted, so Robbie's now jumped up to 2nd. So Phil's getting off those soft tyres now. He's realised that they're done. Codemasters, give me better views. Kenarito's pulled away a bit from Tukas. Where's Phil going to come out? He's going to be 6th. Yeah, he's going to come out in 6th, I believe, yeah. Got Aurelia facing the McLaren, a bit of an overspeed on him. He is still, as I say, he's on those hard tyres. He's a bit more worn in than Phil's. 9-lap old compared to brand new, so he's a bit warmed up, so he may get a bit more grip, but Phil seems to have dealt with it quite well actually. He's pulling away now, so he can now focus on trying to catch up with Solex in front of him and trying to make up that time back up to Bumbledore. Kenarito does get past Kimi finally, so you'd expect Tukas, who's a 9-lap old soft, same as Robbie. That's a stint on those softs. Are they going to try the soft to medium? If they've done... Surely they can't do soft to medium. It'd have to be soft to hard, surely. Phil with a 5... Oh, I've just seen that. Phil got a 5 second for speeding into the pit lane. So unlucky for Phil. So he's got extra time to make up now, unless he makes an extra stop, which obviously will get rid of that. But so we do have Robbie now into the pits. He's on the mediums. Yeah, he's gone soft to medium. Is he going to take the mediums for 16 laps? Phil needs to get past Robbie here if he can. Yeah, he manages to do that. Will the McLaren do it as well? He swings around the outside of Robbie there. That was a do-or-die move. Wow. He needed that one. He is going to have Robbie on those fresh tyres, though. That's Cardinal in the wall. Where's he gone? Oh, he's gone during the S's as well, same as Gamerman did. Same place, I believe. It's Cardinal. His race has just gone down the toilet. He is on 10. Whoa! There's Robert. That wasn't an unsafe release. Whoa, Cardinal's getting a bit snaky. His tyres are still dirty. Goomba's going to be coming up to him very shortly. He's just got to be really careful not to collect Cardinal if he does catch him. I think Cardinal's got going now. So we'll go back up to Robbie. He's still behind the McLaren. As I say, the McLaren's on those old hards, whereas Robbie's come out on new mediums, so he should have the pace to get past him. Maybe even down here, actually. Let's jump on board. He's going to go up the inside. No DRS assistance there, obviously. He runs a bit wide. Will allow your face to go past him? No. So he sits behind. He may get the DRS into turn 1, so again, we'll jump back. This could be a good little battle to watch here. Robbie's just going to have so much more grip into the first corner though, so I think he's not quite going to make it there, is he? So, as they were, Robbie leading it, allowing face into the S section. Bumbledore now has a 21.5 second lead over Sweat Palm, who I believe is not actually back in his car. He is still ghosting around. So he'll be losing time constantly to Solex as well. So Solex technically, unless Sweat Palm can get back in, Solex is in a net P2 here if he can get past. Bearing in mind the top 3 still have to pit. Cypher Josh drops down to 16th behind Johnny Sherbert. Raffle and Kimmy now as well. Kimmy just running his own race. He's had quite a good race so far actually, as Kimmy. It's my first stream actually since Kimmy's rejoined, so a big shout out to Kimmy. It's nice to see him back in SF1 after his sabbatical to PC. He's back where he belongs, where he's wanted, where he's appreciated. So Raffle is going to try and make a move on Kimmy. Not sure he's going to get it down here. Kimmy looks like he's got a bit more, using a bit more battery. Raffle slip behind him. He may get him down the start-finish straight. So Sweat Palm's AI has pitted, so it's put Solex up 2 seconds now. Phil's now back up to 3rd with that 5 second penalty. The Raffle run on Kimmy. He sails past, goes into turn 1, and he is now in 7th position. Bit of a lock up there from Raff. So he's safely in front of Kimmy. Cardinal has pitted, so he's gone on to the hard tyres. Unlucky there for Cardinal, really, as I've lost all the intervals. Just trying to keep a track of where everyone is. Cypher Josh is catching up with Johnny Sherbert, so I do apologise, I've lost my intervals, so I don't know who's where. I'm just trying to sort of have a look at the map and work it out for myself. I think we've got Robbie in it. That's Kenarito, sorry, in all over your face. Just coming into the final chicane. Robbie Kenarito goes a bit deep there. So Solex is now pitting. He's made the first. No, he hasn't. What are you on about? I missed Bumbledore's pit. And he has come out 8 seconds in front of Phil. And it feels that tyres obviously 3 laps older, and he has the 5 second penalty. So Bumbledore seems to have had this race worked out. Barring any incidents or anything like that, Could be on for a bit of a win here as Gunners. That's it, he backs off. Well done, Gunners. Kimi is in the pits. Goomba's made his way up to 10th as well now on those hards that he started on. He's going to have to make the pit stop at some point, so he may drop down, but he'll be on the better tyre compared to everyone else in front of him when he does. So keep an eye on Goomba to try and bring that back towards the end. We'll jump back up to Solex. Is Sweat Palm still ghosting? No, Sweat Palm is back in his car. So it's not done too bad, the old AI for him. He's still in 8th, he's still in the top 10. He's got Solex closing up. Go back to Kennerito, less than half a second behind the McLaren. Now the McLaren dives in. He's going to get off his 13 lap old hards now. I don't believe they're 13 lap old. I think they're 14 lap old, let's be honest. On to the mediums. Is Goomba going to follow suit? No, he stays out. Is he going to do the medium to soft? Is he going to jump the McLaren here? Up to 9th place for Goomba. That's good going there by Goomba. Just keep it going. So we've got the Renault boys coming up to the back of SF1 Kimi now as well. Kimi on the newer, slightly newer hard tyres. As he navigates, runs a bit wide there. Manages to survive. Cardinal's going to be on a charge to try and save his race now. Obviously, as we all know, everyone scores points. But obviously, the higher you finish, the more points you get. So, Cardinal's going to be putting pedal to the metal, as they say, and he'll be trying to make up as many places as he can before the end. We've got on with Sweat Palm now, who's closing up to Robert. It's probably the closest battle on track at the moment. You'll get the DRS, obviously, down the straight. I'm not sure he's had a good enough run to actually make a move on Robert, though. I could be wrong. Just seems a bit too far back. Be very audacious if he actually does send it. Let's have a look. Nope, he sits behind. Robert's aware that he's there. So McLaren's got back past the Ferrari of Goomba now. Goomba would do well not to battle it too much. I say he's on 15 lap old hards. He's running his own race. Goomba's race can come back to him at the end on those soft tyres. I'm guessing he may go for, but he's probably got to take these tyres for another 3 laps at least yet before he can go on the softs. So he could end up losing more time to the cars behind him. We'll jump back up to Solex, and Solex, Sweat Palm and Robert now. There's 3 of them. Nice aerial cam for Mr. Rhodes. I know he likes them. We'll leave it on Sweat Palm for a bit. That's the end of that one. He's closing up to Robert. He won't. No, is he going to make a move? He runs wide. Where's Solex gone? Solex is there, waiting to pick up any scraps that come his way. There's a few people now that have got penalties, but it's not coming up on the bottom of my screen. At lap 20, we'll have a little update on the penalties and see who's where and who's got what and who could drop to where and who could gain position. So we'll have a look. We've set 7 laps to go. It could all change, but everyone seems to have spread out a bit now. We've got Robbie closing up to Phil. Still got Solex and Robert as well, but they've had enough TV time. Let's move up to these 2. A quick swig of drink. I've got to stop putting it on the onboard camera. Cardinal has closed up to Kimi now, actually. Let's go quick pop down to Cardinal. So Cardinal want to get past Kimi as quickly as possible. More yellow flags. What's happening here? Virtual safety car. I've just got... Apparently Johnny Sherbert's got a drive-through under virtual safety car. I wasn't even aware we were under virtual safety car, so... The Cardinal runs a bit wide. It's just dropping back. He's not quite close enough. Go back up to Robert. He's going to have to follow the dirty air around this S section again of Sweat Palm. It's going to be fairly evenly matched tyres. I mean, Robert's on the 7-lap-old mediums, whereas Sweat Palm's on the 4-lap-old hards. So it's going to be at that sort of point where they're going to be fairly evenly matched on pace now. Robbie's still closing up to Phil as well. Just keep an eye on Robert. Nutmeg Tukas has retired. Again, it's that dreaded S section again, and we are under yellow flag conditions, and it's a virtual safety car. Solex again with the 3-second penalty. 2 laps before I give you the penalty update. It's going to make for some good reading, I think. The people behind those groups of 3 cars that have got those penalties could really benefit from this if they can close up to them, depending obviously on how many they've got. So Robert's dropped back from Sweat Palm now. Solex is still right up behind him. Could he get a bit of a slingshot at the start of the virtual safety car? It might be what he's looking for. He hasn't quite got it done, has he? He's not going to be close enough around here. Or is he? Is he going to put it up the inside for the chicane? Is it? Bit of a touch on the wheels there. No. Solex is going to have a look into Robert down the first corner, surely. Cardinal and Kimi are still close, but is Solex going to make the move? He goes to the inside, and he does. He goes past Robert, so he's now up to 7th place. He'll now need to drive away. Unlucky there for Nutmeg Tukas. And the Renault boys, same as Gamer Man, obviously on the Alpha Tauris. They've still got a driver in the race. There still could be points there to be earned. With Cardinal obviously looking to get past Kimi. Let's jump to that battle. He's still stuck behind him though. Goomba has pitted for the softs. So he's now going to be one of the quickest on the track for the last few laps. Danberg has done the same, and he is just behind Goomba. So these two could end up pushing each other along a little bit in a minute. Go back up to Robbie because he's still with Phil. He's going down home straight here. A bit too far back to have a look into the first corner. Knocks down the engine. Save a bit of fuel. Could he have a look on the inside? No, he sticks behind Phil, as I say, through the S section. He's got, as I say, he's on 8-lap-old mediums. I say the advantage of the tyres is going to be gone. Danberg's taken 2 seconds out of Goomba already. So yeah, you're Robbie up behind Phil, going around the hairpin. Going to jump back down again to Cardinal and Kimi. Cardinal makes the move on Kimi. Does he make it stick? Kimi's run really wide. Cardinal makes that position. Not sure. I don't think Kimi will be struggling on his tyres just yet. Maybe he just made that mistake, turned in a bit late. Knew Cardinal was there. Didn't want to make a collision. And He has given up that 10th position, and Cardinal can now go off to his 17-second gap to the McLaren in front. Sure, we'll see that time coming down a little bit. Jump to Robert and Solex. Danberg does make the move past Goomba. I think that's just the pace difference between those two there. He won't beat around the bush. But Goomba will continue. He's doing the Ferrari team proud, as he always does every week. So Robert will have the DRS. No, he won't have the DRS. Ignore me. He wasn't quite within that 1 second on the detection zone. We're on lap 21. I've missed lap 20. So let's have a look at the update on the penalties. So we've got Phil still with his 5-second penalty. Robert with 3. Canarito with 6. Solex with 6. McLaren all over your face with 3. Kimi with 3. And Johnny Sherbert with 6. Johnny Sherbert down in 15th. Maybe not one of the best races for Johnny. Everyone seems to slightly spread out a bit now. Let's go back. Yeah, Johnny's made 3 stops, look. And plus, if I remember rightly, he did have a drive-through penalty as well, which may explain why he's so far down. Robert and Solex is still the closest back. Oh no, it's not. Oh, excuse me. Danberg's closed right up to Kimi now on those fresher soft tyres. You'd expect this to be over fairly quickly. Let's jump on board with Danberg. Will he have a look into the hairpin? No, he thinks better of it. He might get better grip out on the exit though. No, Kimi holds position. And I've just seen Goomba is now down in 15th. And is not in his car. Oh no, he is in his car. Of course he is. He's just ghosting because he's being lapped. So the only bonus about being lapped is you don't really have to so much look after your fuel anymore. Not sure why he's down in 15th though. He may have had a coming together. Not sure if he's got any damage. Just have a look. No, he's still got his end plates. Maybe he just went off track. Unlucky there for Goomba. So we'll jump back up to Robert, who's still following Solex in the Racing Point. Soon to be in the next game, the Aston Martin car. I can't wait for the next game. The next game looks brilliant. And all those updated liveries as well. Just a nice fresh start. Rest of this season to get through though. And it will be... The rest of this season is going to be good with these boys. And obviously the GP2 and the GP1 boys. Showcasing the league as it is today. Massively grown since it was formed sort of 3.5 years ago. So still following Robert. He can't quite get close to Solex. Let's move off the stops. I don't want stops. Let's have a look at the position changes, shall we? Not massive movers. Oh, the McLaren, all over your face, has jumped up 9 places. That's not a bad, from the back of the grid, bearing in mind. He's now up into the top 10. He's had a fairly decent race. He's obviously the biggest mover, and probably the car game will give driver of the day to. Solex has moved up 5. Biggest loss, biggest loser is Johnny Sherbert, as I was saying a minute ago, but he hasn't had the best of races, obviously, with his drive-through and 3 stops, 2 stops, whatever he's had. He's still in 14th though. Let's go back to the tyres and move on. Robert is still following Solex around. Just keeps dropping out slightly, that DRS detection, so he wants to try and keep in that if he can. Going on, anything else? Phil's got a 3-second penalty now as well. See Robert's just slightly dropping off from Solex. He's out the DRS detection zone. This race has gone quickly. Lap 24. And Gunners has retired. Is that going to be a full course safety car 3 laps before the end? Now this has spiced everything up a bit with people that are on penalties. Who's going to be diving in? Robert dives in. Raffle dives in. Obviously expecting to go onto the soft tyres. Bumbledore's still looking okay. He's on 9-lap-old hards. 3 cars behind him have all got penalties. He may be okay. But Raffle, yet coming out the pits now on softs. Roberts on softs. All lower your face on the new softs. Hardnell coming round. Stays out on his hards. Danberg's on softs already. Expect him to probably stay out. Expect him to miss the chicane completely, and then stay out of the pits. Kimmy dives in. Cypher Josh, is he going to dive in? He does. He's going to get off those really old hards. Johnny Sherbert, not sure what he may do. I believe Goomba will probably stay out. It looks like he may have pitted again actually. He's on 1 lap old softs apparently. The only problem with these boys is they're going to be stuck amongst the boys that are at the front. This has just spiced this race up as much as it's already been fairly... Oh, I see, Stuart. No worries. Unlucky there, mate. So you've put on the chat that you hit the wall and then you've DNF'd. Not a problem, mate. On to the next week, mate. Chin up and all that. We're sure you'll do better next week. So Bumbledore will lead as Phil actually pits as well. Where's he going to come out? He's going to come out in 5th. Solex is pitted as well. Raffle, will he get Solex? I believe he is going to. Solex is on his way out now. Anyone else going to jump him? I don't think Mercedes is going to be close enough. He is. He's going to get him, I think. He does get him. Cardinal is going to have to stick behind Solex. You'd expect the safety car to be in sort of end of this lap. I don't expect it to be out for another lap, another 1 lap shootout. We'll soon find out. As obviously I'm not going to know because it's not going to tell me at the bottom of my screen. And what's going on with Dumbledore? He's... I don't know. So we'll stick with Bumbledore. Rashi in the comments there saying he loves to see his own AlphaTauri team crash out. That's not very nice of him. You'd think he'd be cheering on his teammates, not saying he loves the fact they've crashed out. Safety car. I believe the safety car is in this lap. DRS is enabled, so I'm guessing it's in this lap. Bumbledore slowing up the grid. Hopefully there's not any collisions here because that could really ruin people's races. Guys, unfortunately there's a few guys that aren't going to get a chance to catch up. Goomba needs to let everyone past here, unfortunately for Goomba. So Bumbledore's put the pedal down. He's got Kenarito following him. Goomba is probably going to have to say he's going to have to let people past. Where's he gone? Oh, this is going to be a mental last couple of laps here amongst these top few guys. Robert and Solex have been together for quite a long time in this race. Solex runs a bit wide there actually. Bumbledore has put a 2.2 second gap on Kenarito, and Kenarito didn't actually pit. He's gone for the track position, and could this work out well for him? Because he's got a 1.5 second gap to the car behind him, obviously his teammate. He's got the penalties, but he may have made a good decision here, because if he'd pitted, he would have dropped further down with that penalty. Very, very clever and very good thinking by Kenarito and the Red Bull team here. Red Bull boys second and third at the moment, bearing in mind. Yes, they got the penalties, but as track position, second and third, that's not bad for the Red Bull boys. Raffle charging down on Sweat Palm now on those 12-lap-old hards. Again, the Alfa Romeo boys, 5th and 6th, both on new softs. Going to try and tow each other along for the last lap of this race. Last lap already as well. Keep an eye on where Bumbledore is on the map, but Raffle following around Sweat Palm. If he wants to make up any gains here, he's probably got to get past him if he wants to get onto that higher up onto that podium. He's obviously got Phil behind him. He doesn't want to be holding up his teammate here either. Don't forget, Phil served that 5-second penalty, so I believe he's got rid of that now. He's just got the 3 seconds. So Raffle is making a look on Sweat Palm here. Has to try and send it in a safe place. He doesn't want to cause any collisions here. Just have to keep an eye on Bumbledore as well, because Bumbledore's coming up towards the last few corners. I think Raffle's going to run out of time. Jump onto with Bumbledore as he navigates the last chicane for the last time in this race. Quite a commanding victory there by Bumbledore. So Bumbledore is the winner for GP3 in Japan this week. Kenarito goes over the line second, Robbie in third, but I believe Raffle jumps to second. Kenarito keeps third. As I said, staying out has paid off for Kenarito. What an excellent decision. Robbie drops right down to 6th, by the way. So Alfa Romeo second and third, Solex in 7th, and McLaren of Danberg jumps to 8th. Oloia facing 9th, and his teammate Sweat Palm in 10th. Robert 22 in 11th, Kimi in 12th, still to go over the line. So for Josh obviously is actually with Kimi, I believe. So this could be quite close, because Kimi has got the penalty, so you'd expect Cypher Josh to jump in front of Kimi, will he? Yeah, he jumps up to 12th. And I believe that is the race. And it's going to do that thing again where it's not going to end the session. It's going to think that Kimi's still got 10 laps to go or whatever he's got. But yeah, again, we'll go back up to the top 3. Well done to Bumbledore. It's quite a commanding race for him. I think he had that covered even with the safety car at the end. So yeah, good race by Bumbledore. Raffle manages to pull it up to a P2 for the Alfa Romeo boys. Kenarito with an excellent decision to stay out after that safety car, and for that I want to give my driver of the day to Kenarito for that one decision, and that has got him that podium. So for me, my driver of the day was Kenarito. Don't care what the game says. For me it was Kenarito, but it's given it to all over your face. He again did have a good race, as I say, coming up from last place. So well done to everyone. See that little funky dance of Bumbledore there, takes the victory, taste that victory champagne, the Lando Norris bottle slam. And once we get back onto the rundown, I'll invite these boys into party. So well done to everyone. We've got Bumbledore in first, Raffle in second. I'll just invite these boys quickly. Then Phil in 4th, Cardinal in 5th, Robbie in 6th, Solex 7th, Danberg 8th, Oloia Face 9th, Sweat Palm in 10th, Robert 22 in 11th, Cypher Josh in 12th, Kimi in 13th, Goomba 14th, Johnny Sherbert in 15th, and then the DNFs of Gunners, Tukas and Gamer Man. What a race that was. That went really, really quick. Let's have a look. Who's joined the party? People are just joining now. Got Kenarito and Raffle just waiting for Bumbledore. Not sure if Bumbledore normally joins party or not. I believe he does. If you have joined the party, obviously be sure to tick your box. I believe there's a box.
Yeah, that's it too. Yeah.
Excellent. I think we're just waiting for Bumbledore. Let's give him another quick invite just in case. You missed it. Oh, what a race that was. Have a quick more drink. That was action up and down. So Bumbledore has joined the party. If you can hear me, Bumbledore, I would like you to tick your box. Right, so as long as you've ticked your box, we're going to start with you, mate. How was that race for you, Bumbledore?
Fine. Happy days. Nothing to report. Just a few good laps with Phil at the start, and then yeah, it was just a little bit plain sailing from there on. I think just making sure there was no mistakes. I just cracked on with my race. I think I had the best tyre strategy. Did a few practice runs in the week. Just held on to the tyres. Just made sure try not to get any invalidations. Yeah, just all worked out, I guess.
Yeah, so it did seem fairly straightforward. Obviously, say you had that battle with Phil at the beginning.
Yeah. Safety car at the end made things a little bit more interesting. But I think whoever behind me had, did you have all tyres on? I think whoever was behind me.
Yes.
So it was kind of like I'd put softs on, so yeah. I mean, you're just gonna drive away in that stage, aren't you? So
yeah. No.
Yeah. No, yeah,
well done, mate. As a fairly commanding victory there for yourself and for the Williams team as well. So, yeah, well done on your P1. And we'll move down to the man who inherited P2, Mr. Raffle. How was that race for you, mate?
It was not what I expected. Definitely did not expect a lap 24 safety car to come on out and change it up, and I just got lucky and it came out and I pitted right away to the softs. Got the back of the crew. My teammate let me through when we got the restart going, which was a happy little surprise, but he had 3 seconds, so I figured he would try to give me the position to get up here on the podium, and it worked. So thanks to Phil. So
yeah,
good
so it effectively came almost like a 3-lapper at the end, didn't it?
Oh yeah, but at least I had the whole run. Everybody else was either gathered or they were still pitting. I had like the perfect window of I had pitted and made my whole walk around at a pace and got my tires warm, so I was able to try and fight the guys. Just not enough time to get it done.
Yeah. So it did seem to work out quite well for you in the end. To say, was keeping an eye on yourself and Phil because you were both closing up quite quickly. I think Phil was closing up to you quite quickly as well. I wasn't sure whether you were holding him up or not, but it worked out quite well for yourself and for the team. Obviously, second and fourth, in the end. So, quite a good result for those Alfa Romeo boys tonight.
Yeah.
And so, well done, mate, on your P2 position. And we'll move on to Kenarito.
Yes.
I announced in stream that for that decision you made in the safety car to stay out on those hards, I announced in the stream. For me, that made you driver of the day because that got you that podium. Even with your penalty, you stayed out on those hards, kept the track position, and managed to pull a podium out of it. So, how was the race for you, mate?
It was largely uneventful, but it was good. I mean, I can't complain with the podium, but yeah, I feel like my teammate had the upper hand on me this. And if he hadn't made the mistake behind Bill, I think it was, then I wouldn't have got third. I would have probably been fourth. But yeah, I can't complain. I mean, it come at the right time in the safety car because, well, no, it didn't come at the right time. Sorry, I mean, we had the gap and everything was fine. And when the safety car come out far, we're gonna lose positions. And yeah, lucky enough, like you said, I was able to pull a gap at the end and keep it just ahead of the time to Phil. So
That's
yeah,
it. Yeah, so yeah, it's quite a good race for you there, mate. Managed to pull a P3, even with that late safety car and your penalties. So yeah, no, it was a good result.
more than
Good
happy
result
with
for
that.
yourself there. Yeah, well done.
Cheers, thank you.
So yeah, well done to the top 3 finishers and everyone else that finished. And that will be me signing out on my first solo stream in about 2 years.